Has Bitcoin topped out and is Bitcoin ready for $30,000? What we can see over here is the Bitcoin chart, and we can see that Bitcoin has been falling back inside of the range and has seen a push towards the range low area, in which this move over here turned out to be a deviation of that range high. Now currently, as we can see, Bitcoin has swept these lows over here, as we can see, right? But it has not swept the range low. Now I think there is a decent possibility in which Bitcoin, against all odds, is not going to sweep the range low area. I've been teaching you guys something over the past few weeks, that if the price is truly bullish, that often these range low liquidity pools that everyone is waiting for remain unswept. Now why is that? It is because the people that are looking too long, the retail traders that are looking too long, they're looking too long around this range low liquidity pool. Alright? Now the people that are looking to short and that have been shorting this move and this move to the downside, where do we think that those people are looking to take profit on their short positions? Exactly, they are looking to take profit at this low. Why? Because they are greedy, and if they take profit at this low instead of these lows over here, for example, that means that the RR of the short position increases and that also the potential profit of that short position increases. Okay, so there is a possibility that we are not going to sweep this range low area. Now, does that mean that we should long right now? I don't think so. I don't think we are ready to long yet, because the 4-hour is in a local downtrend. Now, the thing that could start a potential new uptrend for me is if Bitcoin manages to hold around this area over here and starts a potential new impulsive move towards the upside. Okay, how can we spot if the price is going to start a new impulsive move towards the upside, while as usual the coffee machine is going to wash itself in the background, as you guys can notice? It is if we are currently going to the 1-hourly time frame, if we are currently forming a potential 5-wave impulsive structure towards the upside, in which this might be wave 1, currently we might be in wave 2, before we see wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5. Now, usually I would say, okay, try to get in on the end of wave 2, right? Because wave 3 is quite often the most impulsive wave towards the upside. But since we have this unswept range low liquidity pool over here, since we are in a local downtrend on the 4-hourly time frame, right? Because we formed a high, a higher low, and a higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we are in a clear downtrend on the 4-hourly time frame. I personally would wait for wave 3 to be completed, because if we are going to complete wave 3, then I think we are potentially starting a new uptrend. Now we know that if this would have been wave 1, wave 2, then wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, we know that wave 3 consists out of 5 smaller waves towards the upside. So that means that if we are going to count wave 3, it should look something like this: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Now, this 5-wave impulsive structure towards the upside would be the bigger wave 3. So that means that we can potentially anticipate a wave 1 and then look to long the end of wave 2, the sub-minion wave 2 of the bigger wave 3, in which we can position ourselves into a long position over here. Because what will happen is, if we do indeed get this impulsive wave 1 structure over here, that would mean that we would reclaim this very important and pivotal mid-range. Now we know that quite often, if you do reclaim that mid-range, that the first retest isn't a successful one. So maybe we see a bit of a bounce from the mid-range, but then I'm looking to position ourselves into a long position at the sweep of that first bounce, in which we're potentially going to create a deviation over here, then a reclaim, and then send it for that sub-minion wave 3 towards the upside inside of that bigger wave 3. But that's currently what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for some extra confirmation before I'm looking too long. Now, if we don't get this type of confirmation, so if we don't manage to reclaim that mid-range, if we don't manage to start that impulsive wave 3 structure, then I'm looking for a potential deviation beneath the range low, in which I'm looking for some consolidation, some sweeps, a reclaim. If we get it like this, then I'm looking to long over here, invalidation over here, and my take profit target remains this huge wick that we put in on the 4-hourly time frame, because I do still think that that wick should get filled at least for 50%. So in my opinion, the daily trend is still towards the upside, as we can see. It is still towards the upside until we open and close candles beneath this higher low that brought us to this higher high. All right, so that is very important to notice. And until the daily trend shifts to the downside, I'm looking for longs upon the right confirmation. The right confirmation can be a deviation beneath the range low, or a reclaim of the mid-range, and then a deviation beneath the mid-range with a reclaim, long over here, invalidation over here, take profit target over here, and the 50% wick fill. All right, so two potential long positions that could be playing out this week on Bitcoin, but we have to wait for the right and correct confirmation. Okay, so it requires patience. We can also see that Bitcoin has been extremely choppy over here on a 4-hourly time frame. So in my opinion, capital preservation is very, very important right now. Okay, we made very good money over the past few weeks and months, but right now we are in a very choppy stage, not only on Bitcoin, but also on altcoin since the ETF news got approved. All right, so that is something to notice, and that is something that you have to take into account as a trader, because our job as a trader is to know when to overtrade, but especially to know when not to overtrade, and maybe when to only take 1 or 2 trades a week. And I think until we see a clear direction, until we see a clear return of volume and volatility, I think we as a trader should preserve our capital right now, and we should wait for better opportunities. What we can see on the Ethereum chart is that Ethereum has come down to an extremely vital area over here, in which it has been retesting the previous range high area that we have over here. And this is a crucial area to hold for Ethereum, okay? If Ethereum fails to hold this area, I think we are going to go for a wick fill of the huge wick that we put in over here. Then we might go and take out that wick, or at least go for this sell side liquidity beneath this low over here. Okay, so we can see that this was the previous range high area that started over here. We form a range low over here, and a second pivot, and this was the range that Ethereum was trading in before we got this impulsive structure towards the upside, okay? In which currently we are seeing wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, potentially wave 4, before the final impulsive structure towards the upside. Now, why do I think that we are currently in a potential wave 4? This can either be the wave 4 of a bigger structure, or this can even be a sub-minute wave 4, in which we know that if this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Now, this is possible, right? But the second one is that wave 3 has not even finished yet. And that is something that is definitely possible, because we know that this bigger wave 3 should consist out of a smaller 5-wave impulsive structure towards the upside, correct? Now, that means that currently we are looking at only a potential 4-wave structure, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then we should still get that wave 5 impulse towards the upside to complete that bigger wave 3. So looking at the Elliott wave count, this can even be a sub-minute wave 4, or it can be a wave 4 of a bigger impulsive structure. Now, currently, in my opinion, both are equally possible. But to start that impulsive structure towards the upside for wave 5, regardless if it's a sub-minute wave 5 or a bigger wave 5, we need to see some signs of strength. And currently, Ethereum is also in a 4-hour downtrend, right? As we can see, lower lows and lower highs and lower lows and lower highs. But something that is definitely sparking my interest is that Ethereum is potentially forming a falling wedge pattern, in which we know that these falling wedges are very common for wave 4s. Whether it's a sub-minute wave 4 or a higher time for wave 4, these hour 4 wave 4s, they very often form either a falling wedge or a triangle or a range. So it's definitely very much possible. And that is something we are currently seeing on the Ethereum chart. Also, if we check out the volume, we can see that while this falling wedge is forming, the volume is dropping lower and lower and lower. And that is something, if you guys have been watching the video that I released on Friday, it's a requirement in order for a falling wedge or a triangle or also a trend line to be valid, to be traded, all right? So currently, Ethereum is definitely, in my opinion, looking interesting for potential some more upside. Also, we are close to retesting the 200 EMA and the 200 moving average. All that we need, in my opinion, is a potential breakout of this falling wedge, or we need some sign of strength on the 1 hourly time frame. I think if we check the 1 hourly time frame right now, if we manage to potentially form some kind of a bullish structure over here, like this, in which we are forming a lower high, a lower low, and a break of structure towards the upside with a higher high, then I think the bottom on Ethereum is in. Then I think we can start looking for long positions like this, with our stop loss over here and our target being this high over here. Second way of trading Ethereum is to simply wait for a confirmed breakout of this falling wedge over here with confirmation. So I mean confirmation by opening and closing candles above the trend line with a spike in volume. Also, then you can start entering swing longs with the target being the new high at minimum, potentially even higher target. Because like I said, until we see a clear downtrend on a daily time frame, I prefer long positions on Bitcoin and on Ethereum. All right. So currently, if we get the confirmation on Bitcoin, if we get the confirmation on Ethereum on a 1 hourly or 4 hourly time frame, I'm positioning myself into longs. But if we don't get the confirmation on Bitcoin or on Ethereum, then I'm not going to position myself into low probability long positions. So I'm waiting for confirmation. If we go lower, then we go lower. But if we do get the confirmation that we are indeed in a potential wave 4 before forming that final wave 5 structure towards the upside, then we can make some very good profits. So currently, in my opinion, it's a game of patience. We have to be patient. We have to wait for the right and correct confirmations before we position ourselves into high probability long positions. Today's video got sponsored by Prime XPT, as every single YouTube video. If you guys want to check them out, they now also offer crypto futures trading, and soon they will add more crypto futures pairs. Besides crypto futures trading, you can also trade commodities and Forex on Prime XPT. In my opinion, the best place to trade Forex and commodities with your own funds. If you want to sign up, check out our link in the description and make sure to sign up and deposit and enjoy Prime XPT. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash up that like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are closing in on a 2,000 follower mark. If you guys do have any questions, as always, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Wait for the confirmations on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday's YouTube video. Ciao, ciao.